Take a photo. Nice. ንግግር ሲያደርጉ ነገር ይቆጣል ሲጀምር I'm still used.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone to the closing ceremony of A2SV 2022 Project Phase Closing Ceremony. We are going to start with an opening speech from the President of Addis Ababa University, His Excellency Professor Tassal Voldahan.
ክቡራንና ክቡራን እንኳን ወደ ኤ2ኤስቪ ወይም የአዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ዛሬ ባዘጋጀው የመጨረሻው የመዝጊያ የ2022 የኤ2ኤስቪ ካምፓኒ አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ያሰለጠናቸውን በአራት ፕሮጀክቶች የሚወዳደሩትን ተማሪዎች ውድድር ለማካሄድ ስለተገናኙ በጣም እናመሰግናለን። ስለዚህ ከዚህ በመቀጠል ክቡር ፕሬዝዳንት ፕሮፌሰር ጣሰው እና የዕለቱን መልእክት እንዲያስተላልፉልን
Thank you. I'm happy to be in front of you, and I will switch to Amharic because we have national TV's audience. So sorry for switching to Amharic. ተማሪዎቻችን እንዲሁም የአፍሪካ ቱ ሲሊከን ቫሊ ድርጅት ሰራተኞች እንዲሁም በክብር እንግድነት ጋብዛችሁ የመጣችሁ ሌሎች ባልደረቦቻችን ዛሬ እዚህ ስገኝ በጣም ነው ደስ ያለኝ። አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ዋናው ዓላማ ከሌሎቹ ዓላማዎች በተለየ ዋናው ዓላማ ተማሪዎችን ጥራት ያለው ትምህርት በመስጠት ስራ በማስቀጠር ወይም ደግሞ የራሳቸው ስራ እንዲፈጥሩ ማድረግ ትልቁ ዋናው ዓላማና ግቡ ነው እና ይሄ ዓላማ ሊያሳካ የሚችል ፕሮግራም ተዘጋጅቶ በዛ ላይ የተሳተፋቸው ሳይ እጅግ በጣም ደስ ይላል። እንግዲህ ዩኒቨርሲቲ የጽንሰ ሀሳብ እውቀት ማስጨበጥ አለበት። በመቀጠልም የተግባር የሚማሩትን ትምህርት በተግባር እንዲሰሩት ማድረግ አለበት። የኢንዱስትሪውን ፍላጎት፣ የገበያውን ፍላጎት፣ የህብረተሰብን ችግር ለመፍታት ደግሞ የስራ ቁርጠኝነት፣ አጠቃላይ የህይወት ዘመን ክህሎት ጨብጠው መውጣት ይኖርባቸዋል። ስለዚህ ተማሪዎቻችን ክላስ ብቻ አስተምረን ሳይሆን ከትምህርት ቤት ከመውጣታቸው በፊት በርካታ ሌሎች ክህሎቶችን አስይዘን ካወጣን ከተመረቁ በኋላ ወዲያውኑ ስራ ያገኛሉ፣ ወይም የራሳቸውን ስራ ይፈጥራሉ፣ ወይም ደግሞ ለፋርዘር ትምህርት ወደ ሌላ ቦታ ሄደው ይማራሉ። ይሄን ማድረግ ስንችል ነው አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ስራ ሰርቷል። እንደ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ነው ማለት የምንችለው። ይሄን ማድረግ ካልቻል ስራችን ጎደሎ ነው፣ ማሻሻል ይገባናል ማለት ነው። እና ይህን ለማድረግ አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ መስራት ከጀመረ እንግዲህ ወደ 4 ዓመት ሆኖታል። በዚህ ነው መስራት ከጀመረ። ለዚህም ነው ተማሪዎችን ማስቀጠር ስንችል የምርምር ስራዎቻችን የህብረተሰቡን ችግር መፍታት ሲችሉ ከህብረተሰቡ ጋር ግንኙነት በመፍጠር ችግሮችን መፍታት ሙያዊ የሆነ እገዛ በማድረግ ችግሮችን መፍታት ስንችል ዩኒቨርሲቲያችን በአፍሪካ በዓለም ታዋቂ ይሆናል። በርካታ ሀብት ማግኘት እንችላለን። ተማሪዎቻችን መደገፍ እንችላለን። ተማሪዎቻችን የበለጠ ድጋፍ በማድረግ የተሻለ ትምህርት መስጠት እንችላለን። በዚህም አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ በአሁኑ ሰዓት ከዓለም በጣም ታዋቂ ከሚባሉት 1500 ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች መካከል ውስጥ ሊስት ገብቶ በየዓመቱ ስለ አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ወይም አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ የሰራቸው ለዓለም ተማሪዎች ይላካል። ተማሪዎች መርጠው በተለያዩ ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች እንዲገቡ የእነዚህ የ1500 ዩኒቨርሲቲ ፕሮፋይል እና ስራ ጥራት ለዓለም በይፋ ይቀርባል። በዚህ መሰረት አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ከዓለም በ402ኛ የሚገኝ፣ ከአፍሪካ በ6ኛ ደረጃ የሚገኝ፣ ሳብሳሃራን አፍሪካ በ1ኛ ደረጃ የሚገኝ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ስለሆነ ይህንን ደረጃችን ለመጠበቅ ደረጃችን ለማሻሻል እናንተን ጥራት ያለው ትምህርት አስተምረን ማስቀጠር ስንችል ብቻ ነው የምናደርገው። ስለዚህ ከዚህ ጋር በተገናኘ በቴክኖሎጂ ዘርፍ አንጋፋ የሆነው እንዲሆኑት እንደ ጎግል፣ ፓላንቲር፣ ዴታብሪክስ የመሳሰሉት ዓለም አቀፍ ድርጅቶች በተለያዩ የዓለማችን ክፍሎች ለሚገኙ የተማሪዎች የስልጠናና የኢንተርንሺፕ እንዲሁም የተለያዩ የትምህርት ዕድሎችን በመስጠት ይታወቃሉ። ሆኖም ግን አብዛኛው የዚህ ዕድል ተጠቃሚዎች አህጉራችን አፍሪካ በተለይም ከምስራቁ ክፍል እንዳልሆኑ ተስተውሏል። ለዚህም ዋነኛ ተጠቃሽ ምክንያት የእነዚህ ድርጊቶች በአፍሪካ የትምህርት ተቋማት የትምህርት ስርዓት ላይ እምነት ማጣት ሲሆን ይህንንም ችግር ለመቅረፍ የአፍሪካ ቱ ሲሊከን ቫሊ የተሰኘው ድርጅት ከአዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ጋር በመተባበር ተማሪዎቻችንን ምሩቃኖቻችንን በዓለም አቀፍ ድርጅቶች ጋር የማገናኘት ኢንተርንሺፕ የማሰጠትና የማስቀጠር ስራ እየሰራ ይገኛል። ዩኒቨርሲቲው ለተሳታፊ ተማሪዎች ካበረከታቸው እገዛዎች ውስጥ ያልተቋረጠ የማረፊያ ወይም ዶርሚተሪ አገልግሎት፣ ያልተገደበ የዋይፋይ ኢንተርኔት አገልግሎት፣ ክፍት የመማሪያ ክፍሎችና የቢሮ አገልግሎቶች እንዲሁም አቅም ለሌላቸው ተማሪዎች የገንዘብ ድጋፍን ያካትታል። ከዚህ ባሻገር በግቢ በማዘጋጀት እንዲሁም እገዛ ለሚያስፈልጋቸው ሰልጣኞች የእንግሊዝኛ ቋንቋ ክህሎት ማዳበሪያ ፕሮግራሞችን በማሰናዳት ወይም ሞክ ኢንተርቪው የምንለው ወይም የልምምድ ኢንተርቪው በመስጠት የተማሪዎቹን እውቀት በማጎልበት ላይ ይገኛል። ለዚህም ተቋማት የመግቢያ ያደርጋቸዋል። በ2021 የፈረንጆች አቆጣጠር በዚሁ በአፍሪካ በተሰጣቸው ትሬኒንግ ከተሳተፉ 80% እነዚህ ትላልቅ ድርጅቶች ኢንተርንሺፕ ለመቀበልና በስራ ለመቀጠር በቅተዋል። ይህንን ስኬት የተጎናጸፉ ተማሪዎችም በአሁኑ ሰዓት ስልጠናውን ለሚቀበሉ ተማሪዎች ልምዳቸውን በማካፈል ጥያቄ በመመለስ ያግዛል። ዩኒቨርሲቲያችንም ለዚህ ስልጠናና ትምህርት በቂ ትኩረት፣ ድጋፍ ሰፊ መድረክ በመስጠት አገራችን ብሎም አህጉራችን በቴክኖሎጂ ዘርፍ የምታሳየውን ጉዞ በማፋጠን የራሱን ታላቅ ሚና እየተጫወተ ይገኛል። እንግዲህ ይሄ ስራ ከዓለም አቀፍ ተሞክሮ ተወስዶ እየተሰራ ያለ ነው። ይህም አፍሪካ ቱ ሲሊከን ቫሊ የሚባለው ድርጅት ከዓለም አቀፍ ድርጅቶች ጋር የሚያገናኝ የዓለም አቀፍ ድርጅቶች መርህ አላቸው። ተማሪዎችን መደገፍ ያለበት ትምህርት ቤት ላይ እያለ፣ ክህሎት ማስያዝ ያለበት ትምህርት ቤቶች እያለ፣ ተማሪዎችን አውቀን መጨረሻ ላይ እንቀጥራቸዋለን፣ ካምፓኒያችንን እናሳድጋለን። ተማሪዎች ላይ ኢንቨስት በማድረግ ይህንን ስራ ድርጅታቸውን ለማሳደግ ይረዳል። የእኛ ሀገር ካምፓኒዎች አዲስ አበባ ሌላም ቦታ ያሉት ከዚህ ምን መማር አለባቸው? የዚህ አይነት አክቲቪቲ ያካሄዳሉ ብለን መጠየቅ ተወሩ። ሀገራችን ውስጥ በርካታ ባንኮች አሉ፣ በርካታ ኢንሹራንስ ኩባንያዎች አሉ፣ በርካታ የግልና የመንግስት ድርጅቶች አሉ። እነዚህ ድርጅቶቻቸውን ማሳደግ የሚችሉት ታለንትን የሆነ ወጣት ምሩቃን ከዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በችሎታቸው መሰረት መልምለው ማሰራት ሲችሉ ነው ማለት የሚችሉት። ከዛ በዘመንና በአዝማን እየቀጠሩ ሀገር ሊያድግም አይችልም፣ ካምፓኒ ሊያድግ እና የሀገር ውስጥ ያሉት ድርጅቶች ከዚህ ትልቅ ነገር መማር ይኖርባቸዋል። ወጣቶች ላይ ከዩኒቨርሲቲዎች ጋር በመተባበር ኢንቨስት ማድረግ አለባቸው። ለተማሪዎች የተግባር ልምምድ ኢንተርንሺፕ መስጠት መቻል አለባቸው። ይህን ማድረግ ሲችሉ ኢንቨስት ሲያደርጉ ጥሩ ታለንት ያደርጋሉ። በመጨረሻ ያ ተማሪ ከትምህርት ቤት ተመርቆ እነሱ ጋር ሲቀጠር የሚጠቅመው ያንን ድርጅት ትርፋማ ያደርገዋል፣ ለህብረተሰቡ የስራ ዕድል ይፈጥራል። እና ይህ ያደርጉ ሀገራችን ውስጥ ያሉ ድርጅቶች ሀገራችን ማድረግ ትችላለች። የእኛም ፕሮግራም ውጭ ሄደው የሚቀጥሩ የተሻለ ደሞዝ እዚህ መክፈል ይችላል። ስለዚህ የሀገራችን ድርጅቶችን ከዚህ ተግባር በጣም መማር አለባቸው ብዬ አስባለሁ። በመጨረሻም ይህ ፕሮግራም ላዘጋጁ የአፍሪካ ቱ ሲሊከን ቫሊ ድርጅት ኃላፊና ሰራተኞች እንዲሁም የአዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ የኮሚኒኬሽን አማካሪ ኢንጂነር ውባየው እንዲሁም ሌሎች በዚህ ስራ ላይ የተሳተፉ ባልደረባዎችን እና እንዲሁም የአብርሆት ላይብረሪ ሰራተኞች ይህንን አዳራሽ ላቀረቡልን እጅግ በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። ፕሮግራሙ የተሳካ እንዲሆን እመኛለሁ። አመሰግናለሁ።
So, thank you very much. And as A2SV, we are grateful for everything that has been provided by Abrhot University so far. Without your contributions, it wasn't possible to come here. Thank you. So now I would like to give some information about what is A2SV. First off, A2SV stands for Africa to Silicon Valley. This is a dream that came true for some of our members now. But when we started, this was just an idea. In time, one thing led to another, and here we are. And A2SV is a non-profit academy that trains high potential, connects them with opportunities at top tech companies like Google, and develop digital projects to contribute to the digital transformation of the continent for all the people. We put humanity first. We are here for each other, and the key for our success up to this point was this. So now let's take a look at our interview success rate with Google interviews. So far, we had 35 candidates who finished the process for software engineering interviews with Google. And among these 35 people, 25 of them passed the interviews. These are all software engineering interviews. And software engineering is one of the most crucial positions at Google. They are not passing security interviews. They are not passing chief interviews. These are real software engineers. And our success rate so far, it was 72%. And just to put in perspective, the average success rate is somewhere between 0.2% to 2%. Even we assume it is 2%. What this means is an A2SV is 35 times more likely to receive an offer from Google than an average candidate. And this success was not just noticed by Google. So these are all our software engineering placement numbers. We have 20 people who joined Google, 3 Amazon, 3 Palantir, 2 Databricks, 2 Bloomberg, and 1 LinkedIn placement so far. So these students are all from Addis Ababa University. It is not Harvard, it is not Stanford, it is not MIT. And I believe these results prove that talent is everywhere. When we connect talented, kind-hearted, hungry for success students with high-quality education, these results are achievable. And they're our frontliners. Their success is going to set the stage for the future generations of Ethiopians and Africans. This is doable. When we set our dreams, we should make sure that they are going to be ambitious enough. So today, we are at project space closing ceremony. So who are those people that develop these projects? Most of our students who were involved in this stage, they were cohort 3 students. We had 2 groups in Addis Ababa University and 1 group in Addis Ababa Science and Technology University. Also, we had some former students which have built one project too. And as a result, we are going to see 4 project presentations today. And one reminder, these projects are not prototypes. What we are going to see are functional digital systems that you can go to the website, that you can download the mobile app and interact with them. I also would like to give you some information about a story of A2SV. When a student starts working with A2SV, first, they go through the onboarding process. This is the time when we train students with after-school studies. Because this part is happening, intersecting with the normal school time. And since the students are busy during the day, they come and work with us in the lab from 5 to 8 p.m. during the weekdays and half day on Saturdays. And this phase is followed up with a project phase, in which our students are learning real-world problem solving by working together with each other, specializing in different teams: mobile, backend, web, product, and UI UX, user interface and user experience teams. So they get used to different challenges of real-world problem solving. It is not easy to collect data. It is not easy to get approvals. It is not easy to put together these systems to make them work in coherence. But in 30 days, these students have done something really remarkable, and they all completed these projects and they are functional now. This is going to be followed with the camp. We say camps are where magic happens at A2SV. Because during the camp, we put all our focus and energy in learning data structures, algorithms, problem solving, communication skills. These are key to perform in the top tech company software engineering interviews. And after this intense camp, the students are fully ready to take the interviews. Then they take these interviews and make us happy and proud because they deliver awesome results. So now the time has come. We are going to start with project presentations. And the first project we are going to see is coming from Group 31 from Addis Ababa University. And the project is called Atrons. Now I'm going to leave the stage to the presenters. Thank you.
So I'm part of the development A2SV, here to present Abrhot. Nowadays, we know that information is found in abundance. That's finding the right writing, the right. Let's start in second. The first is about after the second. We are just friends to the second reason. I'm a Can you see my screen? Am I audible? Yes, can you see my screen? I'm Marco, part of the digital learning team in A2SV, and I'm just presenting Abrhot. So we all know that information is from abundance nowadays, but finding the right information and the right guide to the course that we're taking doesn't come like it as we see. That is what we're talking for Abrhot. So you might be asking, what is Abrhot? Abrhot is a platform where students can share, research, and choose from tried and tested materials. By materials, we mean videos, quizzes, and posts shared by the fellow students. So now that I explained what Abrhot does, let's see the difficulties and problems that it's going to address. The first is the difficulty in finding and choosing dependable and reliable material for students. Currently, we're using Telegram, and to be honest, jumping from group to group to find the right information is not convenient. That is assuming that we are aware of the groups that have such resources. The second thing is there is a platform to share resources which a student has found useful in the past or professional or classmate. Last but not least is the issue of practice. As we know that reading can only get us so far. We need to be aware of the type of questions presented in exams, and we as Abrhot provide a collection of exams, quizzes, and questions for the students to practice on. When we listed these problems are not just our problems. So to give you a perspective of the impact that this project is going to have, every year about 150,000 students join higher education segment. This does not include the students who are already enrolled in such universities, and we should not forget about the extra students too. Now that I've told you the presentation, we have two users here, Organizer and Unit, who are going to walk into how to use the platform. The organizer is taking over.
I'm Organizer's second year software engineering student, and as a second year software engineering student, we have 6 courses we are taking, and usually I go to Telegram and I have to power for my figures, but now I can just use Abrhot, which is really convenient. I can sign in quickly and go to the home page, and I can use the filter to find the right materials for me. For example, I might choose book. I can choose book second year software engineering, and currently we're taking economics, and I can choose economics, and I can see the details. And it has a description. It has 2 links so far. There are certain views, and this is the model for learning economics very well with descriptive descriptions.
I can go ahead and download. And one of the matters I was facing a hard time finding was display mathematics, and I know Henok is active in Athos, and we'd like to invite Henok to show us how he shares math theory. My name is Henok Mathis. Don't presents how I protocol my website. I'm having a bit difficult to say this. This is our page, and here I'm going to write the title. So let me just see. The title will be discrete mathematics, and that's what I'm going to write now. And let's say the description could be this is discrete mathematics, and since he's software engineering student, I'm just going to put that in the year and course which is going to be discrete mathematics. So this is the link. I'm just going to put it quick. So and here, when you enter the link, it's going to show you a criteria that you have inputted. And to see that you have inputted the right material, you can go to your own profile page and look at the videos, which and then it shows you the current code page you have uploaded. So I'm just going to pass it back to the So the thing is, I have exam coming up this week. And I don't have my laptop with me, and in that case, Athos provides us with the right. Athos provides us with the platform to show to use the user tool. Athos provides us with a mobile application that you use, and usually I think when I'm going to So this is my phone. And the good thing about our phone is we already have a software. The good thing about software, the good thing about Athos is we have a mobile application, and while I go
for the presentation, we're having some technical issues. The question that we get a lot is what makes our platform, what makes us the best to tackle this issue. So the thing is, we're the students, we are actually the ones who are facing the problem or have faced the problem priorly. So we know how to solve the best. Now, Ebenezer and Henok have showed you what the MVP looked like, and as you're able to see, we are currently focusing on AIT's artist groups or AIT's software and music engineering students, and let's talk about our vision. So by mid-2023, we want to finish the testing phase and expand our platform to include other departments in the AAU. By 2024, we want to expand and work with the Ministry of Education to include the different universities in Ethiopia and the other high schools in the country. By 2025, we want to be the go-to place for references by African students as a whole. The last thing we want to address is a corporate safety issue. So we want to make sure everything uploaded within our platform to adhere to the internationally accepted corporate rules. So this was all about our presentation. If you have any questions, you're welcome. So if not, we were our friends. Let's learn together. Thank you.
ያልጠቀስናቸው ነገሮች አሉ። ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ እንግዲህ ያው ሊደንሽልን ፕሮፌሰር ጀላኒ መልሰን ከዩኤስ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ነው። ሁለተኛው ደግሞ
ሪካርዶ ቤዛ ናዘር ሶፍትዌር ቢልደር ነው። ሶስተኛው ትርጉል ከቱርክ ናቸው። እነዚህ ፕሮፌሰሮች እንግዲህ እነኚህ ልጆች የሰሯቸውን ስራዎች ለመዳኘት ዝግጁ ነው። አሁንም እየሰሩ ነበረ። I think they can contact us. Professor Jalali, can you talk a little bit, please?
Hello, Professor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I think someone was speaking, but then cut out.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you now. Hello?
Hello, yes, you can speak. I can hear you.
Hello, Professor. Can you unmute yourself? Jelani, you are muted.
Yes, I think the internet cut out. I heard someone say my name, but then everything cut off. Can you repeat? I guess can you repeat the last? I guess the last prompt. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, Jelani. Would you like to first introduce yourself to us?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Hi. Good morning, everyone. I missed out. I was telling Imre. I was very excited. I set my alarm for 4:30 in the morning, 4:30 a.m. so I could join you all. And it was on, and then for some reason it just didn't ring. So I ended up waking up myself at around 6 a.m. This is about 10 minutes ago, and I missed a lot of the exciting projects. So I guess I'm the one who missed out. But I'm Jelani Nelson. I'm a computer science professor at the University of California at Berkeley, and I'm also part-time a research scientist at Google. And I'm happy that at least I can make it here to the closing ceremony.
Thank you very much, Jelani. Thank you very much, Jelani. And Ricardo, it would be great to get to know you as well. Thanks for accepting our invitation and being with us.
Yes, hi Emre, nice to be here. So I'm a director of research at the Institute of Experiential AI in Northeastern University, and also I'm an expert member of several international organizations in AI. And I saw more or less everything, but the audio was not working well all the time, so sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you, Ricardo.
No worries. Thank you, Ricardo.
Yeah, I'm
do you have any comments or questions about?
There's a lot of noise, so. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, can you hear me now? Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, but there is an echo.
Do you have any questions or comments for the Abrhot project?
For which project?
The project that was demonstrated, Abrhot.
Oh, well, the only thing I was trying to have the copyright. Some students may put material that is not copyrighted, so it's very hard to enforce that the material is really copyrighted. That would be my only comment.
That's true. A lot of material that is going to be shared at the beginning are going to be copyrighted. But the circumstances in Africa right now, the copyrights are not very well respected. But that's definitely part of the plan of the future. I guess maybe you guys want to say a few words about that.
So about the copyright, currently we are just showing downloads. And we are just showing downloads 190, and the copyrights we are not going to display in the near future, but
we're going to ask donors, we're going to use that money to apply for features, and we're going to keep earning the money, and after we have earned it, we're going to explain to the users. This is only for demonstration purpose, but that's one of our process, and that's one of the things we attempt to address in the future. And yeah, is a way, I think you are informed about it. There is a system where we know the market area from the property, and it will just describe what the time is now. And usually it's books that are being
All right, thank you very much, Benny. And Jelani, do you have any comments or questions for the Abrhot project?
No, I wish I did. Unfortunately, because of the alarm issue, I missed a lot of the presentations by the students. But I don't have any questions at this time.
All right, thank you. In that case, we are going to continue with the second project. Oh, the team wants to add one more point. Yes.
Okay, so probably the judges didn't have the chance to look over our presentation. So if you want to check out our product, it's actually live, and you can go to atrons.app, that is atrons.app. You can check out the product. Thank you very much.
Is it possible to put that URL in the chat, in the Google Meet chat?
This project we are going to do the presentation on is also made by several university students, and the app and the system is called Rate Eat, and the stage is yours. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible online? Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Benazir.
Hi, hello.
Sorry about that. All right, so my name is Benazir. I realized in our community, we tend to ask each other for recommendations to get almost anything done. Have you ever been to this restaurant? Is it any good? Where should I get my car fixed? Do you know anyone that works in printing? These conversations we hear very commonly, but we don't always get the most accurate information, or we just don't know who the best person is to ask. So we interviewed some people, and let's see what they said.
Now let's look at the other side. Let's say I just started a business. Obviously, I want to succeed. And the best way to know what's going well and what improvements I need to make is by getting feedback from my customers.
Sorry about that. All right, so let's look at the other side. Technology. Let's say I just started a new business. Obviously, I wanted to succeed. And the best way to know what's going well and what needs improvement is by asking for my customers' feedback. As a business owner, it would be nice to get this reviews compiled without having to set up a system myself. So let's see if the business owner agrees with us.
Yeah.
All right, so we've seen the problem. All right, so now we've seen the problem, and our solution is our rating platform. Users now know exactly who to ask, where to go, and they know that the information they get is correct. And on the business side, they can tell their strengths and their weaknesses and be able to promote their services without having to promote or do advertisements. And let's look at the bigger picture. When we support the small local businesses, we're strengthening the backbone of our country's economy. Let's see how the platform works. So our current minimum product is focused on the restaurant domain, and we've collected data from about 35 different restaurants around the schools area. We have about 350 items on the platform. Right, let's see how it works. So here, we have Gary. He's a first-year student with a budget constraint. He asked his senior friend where he can go to eat, and they recommended the Rating website.
Okay. I just was recommended by my friend to this app, and let's see what it got. Okay, there's a search icon here. I can go there. What do we have here? What do I want today? Let me search for a pizza, maybe. Available items. Let's see what I've got. All right. I think these things are too expensive for me. Let me go for something that would fit me. Maybe sort them by. I've got different pizzas. What's this? I can sort them by price, I think. Okay. Vegetable pizza seems nice. It's affordable. I don't know. I can get a pizza for $150. Sorry. Okay. This thing looks good, but it has a terrible review. I wonder what happened. The people here did not find this pizza interesting at all. But there's a related item, like margarita pizza. Maybe that's good. Oh, this is so much better. It has a better review. And
let's see.
let's see.
The people did
The
really
people
like
did
this.
really like this.
Let me try this
Let me
out.
try this out.
But where can I
But where
find
can I
it?
find it?
This is the
This
place.
is the place. Restaurant is very Italian.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
This is
interesting.
interesting.
What's this?
What's this?
I
I actually prefer the dark mode.
That means
That means that this place is great.
but where can I
But where
find
can
it?
I find it? It takes me to Google Maps. Oh,
This app.
this app is great. Definitely going. Coming back.
Well, here we have Susan. At first, that came to Amsterdam area to visit the National Museum. He found some local people and asked them where he can try cultural food. One of them suggested the Rita.
All right, so I'm gonna just walk through our app.
I hope
I
everyone
hope
can
everyone
hear
can hear
me,
me,
and as well
and
as
as well
remote
as remote
people.
people.
So
So
we got a
we
lot
got a lot of
of items
items
here,
here,
but
but
I would like
I'd like
to
to
see
see
the
the
traditional
traditional
ones.
ones.
Especially, I
Especially,
want
I
to eat
wanna eat
meat.
meat.
Let's check
Let's
what we
check
have
what we
here.
have here.
I want to see the
I wanna
top
see the
rated
top rated
ones.
ones.
Okay, my
Okay, my
friends
friends
told me that
told me that I think
I should try
I
kut
should try
for
good for
tips, so I'm
good,
gonna
so
go
I'm
with
gonna go with
kut for.
good for.
So let me check
So
this.
let me check this.
Okay, looks like our connection is really big. So, all right. So this is
So this is the.
It looks really
It looks
nice.
really nice.
It has a lot
It has a lot
of
of.
reviews as well. Looks like people really love it. So I wanna see the restaurant. So
Okay, so
it's a traditional restaurant.
the
So it has a
traditional
lot of
restaurant, so it has a lot of
items as well.
items.
Let me see the where it is. Okay, so it's really close to me. I wanna give that a try.
As well. I want to give that a try.
So I really like it.
So I really like the food and you want to speak them.
I really like the food and I want to give a review. I
I
think
really
it's
like
like
the
worth
food and I want to
5 out of 5. So
review.
it was
I think it's
really
like
amazing.
worth 5 out of 5, so it was really amazing.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Our platform doesn't stop here. We have future projects.
Future prospects. Currently, we're focusing on solving our own problem. But in the future, what is the possibility of this product? On September and October, our team, A2SV, will be using the app for crowd-based data collection. So we can have a trusted source of information. On November, the app will be available for all student and staff members of A7 University. Our current way of collecting data is a bit tedious, but in the future, we're going to have methods of verification so we can use crowdsourcing. Imagine having such a strong system for all the businesses, for every single type of business in Addis Ababa, in the whole country, in our continent, Africa, and to the whole world. Imagine how much we could provide. So guys, are we all ready to write it?
Yes.
Okay, the presentation has finished here. We are going to see a video. Thank you. Let's share the video link. After uploading, and we can skip this one. Now, because of connection trouble, we are not able to see that. Let's continue with our summary of the project. ይህ አሁን የሰሩት ፕሮጀክት የሚያመለክተው ምንድን ነው? ምናልባት ተባበቃት ሰዎች ምናልባት ዶሮ ላይ ያሉ ስለሚችሉ ሬዲት የተሰኘው አፕሊኬሽን ዌብሳይትን ጭምር ነው። ከሌሎቹ አፕሊኬሽኖች ለየት የሚያደርገው በተለየ መልኩ ሰዎች የሚፈልጉትን አይነት ምግብ ለምሳሌ ሽሮ ከፈለጋል ሰው ሬት የሚያደርግ ሰው ዛሬ ለምሳሌ አንድ ፕሮጀክት ያዛ ፕሮጀክት ጥብሱ ጥሩ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ሽሮ ደግሞ ጥሩ ላይሆን ይችላል። ሰዎች ግን በፈለጉት አጋጣሚ ሽሮ ያመረተው እዛ ላይ ሄዶ እንዲበላ ሬት በሚያደርገው ፕሮጀክት መሰረት ይሄዶ ይበላል ማለት ነው። ሌላው ሬት የሚያደርገው የአንድን ተቋም ቢዝነስ ኳሊቲ በተለየ መልኩ ጨምረዋል። ለምሳሌ አንዳንድ ቤት እኛም እንደምናውቀው ለምሳሌ ስጋ ሲበላ የሆነ ስጋ አለ። ለምሳሌ ኢትዮጵያ ስጋ ቤት ይላል የዛ ኳሊቲ በምንድን ታወቀው? ሰዎች ሬት ባለበት ነው የታወቀው። ልክ እንደዛ ነገር ይሄ አፕ ላይ የምንጠቀምበታለን። ሰዎች እዛ ላይ የሚፈልጉትን ነገር ኤክቸሌት ሆኖ ማለት አስተያየት ያደርጋሉ፣ ሬት ያደርጋሉ። በዚህ የተነሳ ሰዎች የሚፈልጉትን ነገር እንዲያገኙ እዚህ ያግዛቸዋል ማለት ነው። የዚህ ሌላው ጥቅሙ ምንድነው? በጣም ስሞል ቢዝነስ ይባላል። ለምሳሌ ከትምህርት ቤት ጎናችን ላይ የሚገኙ በጣም ስሞል ቢዝነስ ይባላል። በጣም እናቶች አሉ ስፔሻሊ ለተማሪዎች አፎርድ ሊያደርጉ የሚችሉ ነገር ግን ተማሪዎች ደግሞ በቀላሉ ሊያገኙ ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ ፍርድ ቤት ማምለን እንደምንጠራቸው ተማሪዎች እኛ እናንተን ታቋፍራለበትና እነኛ ሳይቀሩ ተካፋዮች ባቸው ናቸው። በተለየ መልኩ ደግሞ ሲዘንታቸውን ስለዚህ በለፍ የሚችሉበት አፕ ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ አሁን ተከታተሉ ይሄ ነገር ከሌላ ነገር ነው። የመጀመሪያ የነበረው የመጽሐፍ አፕን ወይም ለየት የሚያደርገው ምንድነው? እሱ ደግሞ የምንፈልጋቸውን መጽሐፎች የምናገኝበት አፕ ነው። ያ አፕ ትልቁ ቫልዩ አድ የሚያደርገው ምንድነው? ሰው ለምሳሌ የባዮሎጂካል የሆነ መጽሐፍትን ሊያገኝ ሲሞክር ኤግዛምፕል ብዬ በጠቅስላቸው ከነ ቪዲዮ ጨምሮ ያንን ሰው ሞር ክላሪፊኬሽን ጨምሮ የሚያመጣ አይነት አፕ ነው። በተለይ ግን የአፕሊኬሽን ከሌሎች አፕሊኬሽን የሚለየው ምንድነው? ትምህርት ነክ የሆኑ በጣም ለየት ያሉ መጽሐፍቶችን ኢዝሊ ተማሪዎች የትም ሳይለፉ የሚያገኙበት መጽሐፍ የሚያገኙበት የአፕ እና የዌብሳይት አይነት ነው። እሱ ልክ እንደዚሁ አፕ እና ዌብሳይት ላይ የተለየ ሰዎች የሚፈልጉትን መጽሐፍ ብቻ ሳይሆን ሰዎች ሊያነቡ የሚፈልጉትን መጽሐፍ ኢንተረስቲንግ አድርገው እንዲያነቡ ሬት የሚያደርጉበት ራሳቸውን የሚገልጹበት ሰዎች ይህን መጽሐፍ አንብቤዋለሁ እና ይህ መጽሐፍ ቆንጆ ነው፣ ይህ መጽሐፍ በጣም የተለየ ነው ብለው ሊሉበት የሚችሉት አይነት መጽሐፍ እና ብዙሀን ደግሞ ሊያነቡት የሚችሉት አይነት መጽሐፍ እንዲፈጠር የሚረዳ አይነት መጽሐፍ ነው። ከዚህ በመቀጠል አይ ቲንክ we are going to serve after getting the comments from the jury, we are going to switch to the project. And now, would you like to add your comments for would you like to add your comments for
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed the presentation. I got one question I was curious about is for Rate Eat and maybe also for the other presentations, like when you were logging in and viewing ratings, is it already deployed or are those just like kind of fake ratings from the developers just as an example to show for the presentation?
For the moment, the ratings we have given are given by our team, the developers. We haven't gone public yet, but we collected real data from the real world around our area. So that's it.
Okay, yeah, very, very cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Jada.
Do you have any
And
comments or
Ricardo, do you
questions?
have any comments or questions?
Ricardo, you are muted. Yes, now
One question
Ricardo,
would be,
you are muted. Yes, now we can hear you.
yeah. No, my question. Sorry, I'm moving, so I cannot use my video. No, but my question will be, uh, this is, for example, the adoption. What they think about how easy this the people will adopt this, because it's a much finer narrative than say rating restaurants.
I couldn't hear you clearly, but are you asking how the people would adopt our project? Or
Ricardo, at the beginning,
Ricardo, at the beginning, sound quality was not the best. Do you mind repeating the question? Thank you.
Do you hear me now?
Yes,
Same
we can.
what do you think about the rate of adoption? How fast people will do it, or will do it at all?
So the question is about rate of adoption. How fast people are going to start using the app? Maybe you can tell us about your expansion plans.
Well, for starters, we already use such kind of things. Well, basically, it's not online yet, but we always ask for suggestions from our friends, family, and everybody we know to get an item or a service. So, if we have this system out there, it will most definitely adapt to the society really fast.
Plus, there was a video we made asking people around if they can use this kind of apps. Unfortunately, the network was bad, so that's why you couldn't see it. But we've made some research and we've collected that from both sides, meaning from the individual users and the companies. They're both willing to use our products and they think it is useful. We collected this information when we were out collecting real data to use in our project.
Thank you very much. So, Ruben, do you have any questions or points?
Do you have any questions or points? Turube, you are muted. Do you have any questions or points about the Rate Eat project? If not, we are going to move on to the third one. All right, we will continue with the third project.
Now I would like to invite
What Connect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where's the mic? I will. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm trying to figure out where there's no static. Okay, so my name is Gideon. All right. Okay. I lead the project development for Lab Connect. But before I tell you about what Lab Connect is, I'd like you to meet one of our personas. meet Mr. Asafa Merkaba. During the pandemic, one of our potential users had a very critical problem trying to access different information where to conduct specifically vitamin D tests. If you are in the industry, it's really hard to come by where to find facilities which administer this test. It's very expensive and very new for the country as well. And there was also a lot of paranoia for the majority of the public. There were a lot of hearsays and also miscommunication across the entire sector. But this is the tip of the iceberg, barely scratching the surface, where the process between, or the entire pipeline of ordering a test between doctors and then getting your test performed. So the challenge is doctors and patients are uninformed. So if you go to your doctor and you try to get diagnosed, you'll be ordered a test, right? The doctor might not be aware which facilities or laboratories are conducting which tests at the time. So it's also open to biases. You have to get the order, take that order to a laboratory, pay, and then give your samples, get back to the sample, get back to the laboratory to take your results, deliver them to the doctor, and then have your reading for the diagnosis. As you can imagine, it's very painful, it takes a lot of time, and it might be a life and death situation for some people. So existing solutions, some facilities and laboratories try to give out more information on their own websites, so that people can know which tests exist in their facilities. But this is not enough. We don't believe it's enough, and it doesn't address the entire wasted time that has to go into the process of getting a lab ordered and getting your results received. That's where we come in. So our proposed solution is Lab Connect. So imagine if you can talk to your doctor. It doesn't have to be in person. You can be on your device. Then once you are ordered a test by your doctor, the doctor can query an advanced through an advanced filter and aggregation which facilities have available tests. You get that result ordered to you. You get the notification, very traceable, and also the facility gets notified of which order is coming their way. Patients can also self-proctor their own tests. For example, you can have your own COVID test without going to a facility or having to do a lot of searches. And then the laboratory technician or the facility can enter your results after they sample them, and then you don't have to go and commute to get those results, as they'll be sent directly to the doctor who ordered that test. So we have a lot of features built into our platform. I will skip this. You can look at our slides because this is part of the demo, but it's very simple. It has a lot of features such as advanced filtering, transactional consistency built into our project. So our roadmap, which I'll present later on, but for now, let's look into how, a little bit of a demo for how the project works, or how the platform works.
Can I ask a question? Is it the time to ask questions?
Hello, everyone. So, the first thing that we're going to be demoing is our mobile app. Our mobile app is built for our doctor, and the doctor can get into the app and see the pending tests that he or she has ordered, and also the results that have been recently received. So in order to see about the whole demo, we're going to go ahead and order results from order a test from our mobile app. So we can also see our investigative requests and their status. and if their results are been received, we can also see their results here. So now we're gonna search for a patient here, and we're gonna go ahead and select this patient because we're going to add a test for the specific patient that we selected. So let's say we want a patient. We want to filter the labs by using the specific tests that I've just selected, and we're gonna go ahead and see which labs offer this type of tests. And now I'm going to go ahead and select one lab, and since I already know what tests that I want, the test that I've already selected is selected in this phase. So now I can go ahead and place my lab order for root, and in case I want to actually order another one, I can also do that here. So now and also our app has basic user management features. We're not going to demo right now. So now we're going to go ahead and see our mobile, our web application where the lab and the patient as well as the doctor can view and do their activities.
Hello everyone, I'll be presenting the
I'll be
website.
presenting the website of
So,
Connect.
as said before, we have
So,
three
as said before, we have
patients,
three roles:
lab
patient,
technician, and
lab
also
technician,
doctor.
and also doctor.
So first,
So
I'm
first,
going to
I'm
log
going to log in
in
as
as a patient.
a
So
patient.
this is the first
So
thing
this is
that
the first thing
every
that every
user
user that we
is gonna
have is
see,
going
the
to
landing
see, the
page.
landing
And
page. And also we have a simple
chat
chat bot, which is
automated
automated, where they can get where they can get help. So let's log in as
a
a
patient.
patient here.
So
So in case they forgot their password, we have an OTP setup with our email that can send them an email, and then they can reset it. Here they can, as a patient, I can find my order tastes by other doctors. So we have this, and if a specific taste is not required for the presence of the doctor, I can have myself taste here. Let's order a COVID taste here. So we have the location, for example. So I can find the nearby location here, and then I can find the available tastes. So let's place an order, a COVID taste for me as a user for root, and I place an order, and I can manage it on this page. I can view an order. I can see my orders that I just did, and if when the result is sent, I can see it here. So when the result is done, I can generate a PDF here, and then I can get it. If I have a flight or something, I can just get it. So let's log out of this, and then let's log into our lab technician. So as a lab technician, my role is to give results for specific patients. So for example, since IPSA works in ICL and the taste ordered for root is from ICL, I can view it here. So from the mobile, this has been sent, and I have. So what we did here is, since in real life we have a sample ID, we have used it as a kit ID. For example, let's have this. So that means our patient has given its sample, and here I can find it and then search it by using their sample kit. So 3434F. And here, when the result is ready, I can add it here. So let's say root has a result of positive, and let's say let's comment for her, and we can send us a result. So let's go to the mobile and see their report. So now that we've ordered now that our result is received, we can get it at by filtering it which results are received, and I can come here and see if the results that is that has just been sent from the web, and I can also get an SMS from that says I should go get my results, and because the results are here, and this SMS notification is also sent for the patient as a notification to consult their doctors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have some questions from our trainers. And let's get started with Jelani. Jelani, do we have any?
Jelani, do you have any questions or comments?
Yeah, maybe so I guess for some of the slides I couldn't see them too clearly because it was kind of the font was very small, but in terms of like who the user is going to be of the website and of the app, is it the patient is using it and the doctor is using it and the pharmacy they all have like different interfaces to use it?
So the response to that question, there are several users into the system. So doctors can order tests, search users or patients through the system. Lab technicians will be able to see the ordered tests for specific patients, and patients can also have the possibility to order tests that can be ordered by themselves. So some tests you have to get ordered specifically by doctors, but for example, if you want to get tested for COVID, you don't need to go to a doctor, so you can do it directly from our platform. Does that answer your question, Jelani?
Yes, and maybe one more question. You know, I know, like in the United States, we have these like HIPAA laws which govern, privacy. The privacy guarantees that hospitals and other medical providers have to give when it comes to patient, medical records for patients. Are there, what are the regulations like in Ethiopia, and does that pose any challenges when as you try to deploy software that involves medical records?
So according to the Ethiopian law, we didn't go through that section on our website, but in our terms and conditions, there are specific laws that we have to be regulated under, such as keeping patient information safe. We have tried to keep the system in check with HIPAA regulations, such as creating granular level access to which facilities can search your information and which unique identifiers can be included in your system. But for the MVP, we're just focusing on securely transferring your data from the patient to our database and then back to the different roles that we have. So it's only security while on transport, but not security while at rest, which we'll include in our future iterations if we have to include.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jelani. And next, let's continue with Ricardo. Ricardo, do you have any questions for the Lab Connect?
I have one question. You hear me? Basically, you will create a market of people, of services. So the question will be, how you will choose where to send the test? So how the market will work? Or which doctor to use? Because basically, you are creating a market.
Yes, that's a good question. So we have different ways to onboard people. So for the self-proctor tests, any facility can be aggregated, and then we can send the tests to those laboratories. But for onboarding different facilities as service providers, we will have to go first create partnership. We didn't go through our roadmap and our plans for the future, but we'd have to first chat with potential partners, different hospitals and facilities, and then that will also be a strategy to onboard more patients into our platform. So there's also going to be kind of a business-to-business relation within the platform.
Thank you. And to Ruby, any questions or comments you have for the Lab Connect project?
Yeah, can you hear me now? I think Ricardo asked somewhat my question, because there has to be a marketplace. Is a one-to-one relationship with the doctor and the laboratory, because the patient, I think, in the market conditions, can go anywhere as long as that that test is provided. But if that laboratory is not connected to the system, or what happens? Or do you think that there will be a marketplace in the future? Marketplace for maybe also bidding on the prices. Is this possible?
But my question is still, if there is no marketplace, when you need to send the test somewhere, you will need to choose where to send it, and that's my question. What is the algorithm to decide which one to favor for every service?
Okay, for those questions, I'm going to try and answer them together. So like I mentioned earlier, laboratories and hospitals have to be onboarded with our platform by talking with us specifically. And then how the doctor chooses which facilities to pick for a user will be by communicating with the patient. So there are different filters. First will pick by availability of tests, because that's the priority. And then there are location-based filters. So how far away is the patient from that laboratory, if that laboratory is specifically onboarded or integrated within our application. And we hope to run this system as a plugin, or as a plugin with a bigger hub of services, specifically Hakim Hub, developed here at A2SV, or as a standalone project by onboarding facilities by ourselves. So that's something we have to test out after we maybe do a beta testing with real users.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. And now we are going to get the Amharic summary of the project.
እንደዚህ አይነት ፕሮግራም ሲካሄድ እኮ ይሄ ለመጀመሪያ እንደ ሀገራችን እንደ ኢትዮጵያ እና እናንተ የመሰሉ ተማሪዎች እንደዚህ እያቀረቡ ችግር ፈቺ የሆኑ አፖችን እየሰሩ ከእናንተ በኋላ ያሉ ተማሪዎች ምን ሊያመጡ ምን ሊሰሩ እንደሚችሉ ማወቅ የሚደግፈኝ አለ። ምናልባት አሁን እዚህ እንደምናየው እንግዶቻችን እዚህ እንደሚያዩት ተወሰነ የኢንተርኔት ምናምን ችግር ስላለ ነገሮች ሊኖሩ ይችላሉ። ግን የልጆቹን አቅም ለመናገር ግን የሚሰሩት ስራ ባጭሩ ማየት በቂ ነው እና ይህ በግልጽ የሚያሳየን ሶስት ነገሮችን ነው። አንደኛ ዲጂታል ላብራቶሪ ሲስተም ነው። ሰዎች ብዙ ጊዜ ላብራቶሪ ለምሳሌ አንዳንድ ሰው ጨጓራው የሚያመው ወይ ደም መመርመር ይፈልግ ላብራቶሪ የት እንደሚሰጥ የማያውቅበት ደረጃ ደርሰው ነበር። ለምሳሌ በቀላሉ ግን በዚህ አፕ አማካኝነት አንድ ሰው ደም ሊሰጥ ለምሳሌ የሚመረመረው ወይ ታይፎይድ ይዞት ከሆነ የት ደም መስጠት እንዳለበት የት ሆስፒታል መሄድ እንዳለበት በአጭሩ የሚያሳየን አፕሊኬሽን ነው። አንደኛ። ሁለተኛ ደግሞ ውጤታቸውን ኦንላይን የሚታዩበት ዶክተር ኦንላይን ሊያዝበት የሚችል። ሶስተኛ ደግሞ ምንድነው በጣም በአጭር ሁኔታ ሂስትሪያቸው ፔፐር ቤዝ የሆነ አፕሊኬሽን ሂስትሪያቸውን በቀላሉ ታገኛላችሁ። ነገሮች ውጤት በአጭሩ በሲኤምኤስ ታገኛላችሁ። ስለዚህ ዶክተሮች ደግሞ በጣም ቬሪፋይ ስለሆኑ ስለሚሆኑ ዶክተሮች በቀላሉ የምታገኛቸው ነገሮች አሉና ያንን አለማድረግ አይቻልም እና አደረዋችሁ ወደ አራተኛ ፕሮግራም ነች
So we had only a few minutes in this meeting. I'm going to share one more link, and we are going to continue the last presentation in the link that I'm about to send. Thank you.
Thank you. I've sent them the link.
So now we are going to see the final project presentation and A2SV report. Thank you.
They need to mic.
Can everybody see my screen? Okay, thank you everyone. My name is Enoch. I'll be presenting the course and project. So, we strongly believe that we have to solve our problems first before solving our community's problems. That's why we're building this internal system. So as you all know, A2SV is an education giving company, and it takes top talent in African students, data structures and algorithms, has three phases, as mentioned before: the education phase, the camp phase, and the project phase. We have also different organizational roles in A2SV.
The
First one, in this solution, we're addressing three of the
personas,
personas,
and
and that is the student persona, the head of education persona, and the head of academic persona.
So
So as let's
let's imagine
imagine
I'm
I'm
a
a
student for
student
an
for
hour,
now,
and
and
let's
let's
see
see
what
what
we
we
can
can
do on
do on
our
our currently
on the
on the
system we are
system we're
currently
currently
using.
using.
So
So
we are
we are
strive,
trying,
A2SV
A2SV
will
will
strive
strive
to
to
give the
give the
best
best
educational
educational
service,
service,
and
and
we're
we're
currently
currently
using
using
Google
Google
Sheets to
Sheets to
track
track
students'
students'
problem
problem
solving
solving
skills
skills
as well
as
as
well as
contest
contest
progresses.
progresses.
So
So
let's see
let's see
what
what
I
I
can do
can do
with
with
as a
as a
student.
student.
So I
So I
can
can
go to
go to
my
my
perspective,
perspective.
Google Sheet, and I have to scroll down to find my name, and
And
I
I
have
have
to
to
scroll
scroll
horizontally
horizontally
to
to
find the
find the
question
question
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
update.
update.
And if
And
I
if I
want to
want to
update
update
my
my
contest
contest
progress,
progress,
I will
I'll
have
have
to
to
go
go
to
to
the
the
contest
contest
tab,
tab,
and
and
I will
I will
have to
have to
update
update
my
my
contest
contest
status
status
as
as
I
I
did
did
for
for
problem
problem
status.
status.
So
So
now
now
let's
let's
see
see
what we
what we
can
can
do
do
as
as
head of
head of
education.
education.
Let's say
Let's
I'm
say I'm
the
a
head
head
of
of
education,
education,
so
so
I'm
I'm a
head
head
to
to
my
my
group.
group.
So
So
I will go to the group and the Google Sheet if I wanted to see stats
stats
about one
about one
student.
student.
So I
So
will
I will
have
have
to
to
take that
take that
student,
student,
and
and
that
that
only
only
shows the
shows the
current
current
stat.
stat.
So
So
if I
if I
wanted,
wanted,
say,
say,
to
to
see
see
a stat
a
about the
stat about a
student a
student
week
a week
before, I will
before,
have
I'll
to
have
go
to go
to
to
the
the
previous
previous
sheet,
sheet,
the
the
previous
previous
history,
history,
and
and
I
we'll
have to
have to
scroll
scroll
and
and
click the
click the
day, and I have
day.
to see the stat. So this is how head of education can see a student's stat. And as the head of academy, head of academy is kind of the super guy, which is Emre currently. So as a head of academy, I have to manage and I want to see the stat of all groups. So here we can see like to check the stats of the groups, I have to go through different multiple Google Sheets, which is really tiresome. Right. So these are our current stats on A2SV. We have three groups so far. On the first group, on the second group, 34 students were added, and on the third group, 107 students were added. So the remote people, the remote education includes 21 people, and the community education includes 538 people. So imagine doing this all stats and the evaluation stuff, the progress tracking stuff on the Google Sheets. So we have contest stats every week, personal information bi-weekly, comfort levels, we check students' comfort levels by topics monthly. So this year we're expanding to Ghana, and we're accepting 5 groups in Ethiopia, which means industry is growing faster. Sorry guys,
Guys,
I
I
lost the
lost the
connection.
connection, so
I can
I can
share my
share my
screen
screen
again.
again.
Will
Will
do.
do it. Should
Should I
I continue,
continue
or
or
do I have to
get
get
back
back
to?
to?
Okay.
Okay.
Alright,
Right.
so
So
we've
we've
been
been
talking
talking
about
about
our
our
status,
status,
our
our
current
current
stats.
stats.
We're
We're
doing
doing
this
this
stats
stats
for a
for a
batch of
batch of
students.
students.
So,
So,
and
and
this year
this
we
year
are
we are
expanding to
expanding to
Ghana, as
Ghana,
well
as well
as
as
we're
we're
expecting
expecting
5
5
groups in
groups in
Ethiopia,
Ethiopia,
which
which
is
is
imperative
imperative
to
to
be
be
handled
handled
by
by
the
the
Google
Google
Sheets.
Sheets.
So these
So
are
these are
some of
some of
our
our
conversations you
conversations
can
you can
see.
see.
These
These
are
are
conversations
conversations
from
from
students as well
students
as
as
head of
well as head of
educations
educations
and
and
head of
head of
academy,
academy,
which can
which can
show
show
that
that
we
we
are,
are
which can
which can
show
show
the
the
problems we
problems we
are
are
having so
having so
far
far
by using
by
the
using
Google
the Google
Sheets.
Sheets.
So the
So the
challenge
challenge
for a
for a
student
student,
is
it's
really
really
inconvenient
inconvenient
and
and
time
time
consuming
consuming
to
to
scroll
scroll
through
through
all
all
the
the
Google
Google
Sheets
Sheets
and
and
find
find
useful
useful
information
information
and
and
update their
update their
progress.
progresses.
And
And
for the
for the
heads of
heads of
education,
education,
it's
it's
really
really
tiresome to
tiresome to
track
track
the
the
students'
students'
progress.
progress.
since we're doing stats weekly, monthly stuff, it's really tiresome to go to the history of the Google Sheets and check the students' previous stats. And the head of academy, as well as the head of education, will have to go through multiple Google Sheets in order to get a data about a group or a single student, which is really burdensome. So, A2SV portal. Again, we believe that we are the ones that are capable of solving our own problems. Right? So our solution is a cross-platform deployment mobile application. Our solution will have a significant impact on how the organization functions, and there will determine the student and education staff on progress tracking, draws keys, and helps to make accurate decisions. And it's really accessible and it's really easy to use. Any new member in A2SV can simply use our application. It can be scaled based on we can scale it to handle a bunch of students we're going to welcome. What will be the best solvers of this problem, since we have personally tried and experienced the trainings all experience space, we are in a good position to understand all the pain points and align our engineering skills to solve the problem. So we have some future plans. We will be including this in the next NATP, like attendance extra. And we do have visions. In 3 months, we have a vision to complete MVP2, and in 6 months, we plan to scale it up so that it can also include the remote education as well as the community education. And in 18 months, we plan to scale our solution so that it can be used on different companies as internal tooling. So let's see the demo time.
Thank you.
Right, so we're sharing our screen for the demo.
Okay, thank you, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Khaled. I will present the demonstration for the A2SV portal. Okay, like Henok mentioned, there are 3 types of roles in the A2SV. There is a student, there is a head of education, and there is the head of academy. The student is basically every member sitting here wearing the t-shirt. They are all the students. The second one is the head of education, which are some selected students that are selected in order to oversee the activities of the students, and also are responsible to help the students achieve their progress and potential. And finally, it's the head of academy, who is responsible to organizing this responsible to organizing this heads of educations and the entire system as a whole. And imagine Emre for a minute, and imagine this. There are a fresh batch of students that are coming into the A2SV who have passed lots of interviews to get into this program, and I want to add them to the system. So this way, let's log in as Emre. First, let's create a new group for the new coming students. This way, let's say group 42, for example, which is currently if the country of the groups or the students is Ethiopia, we can select Ethiopia here. The name of the institution, we can call it AAIT.
Okay, as you can see, the group 42 is added, and then Emre can go on and assign heads of education for this group. Like the heads of education, so like I said, are responsible to overseeing the day-to-day activities of the groups. So let's add Alab as heads of education for this group. Okay, this way, Emre can easily, instead of going to the Google Sheets and telling us all on Telegrams about adding students or manually inserting all the information, he can do this and insert students into the groups. Okay, now let's imagine there's a user called Taleb. Let's imagine me. I'm head of education. Okay, I would like to know, like, I'm curious how my team has performed over the weekend or in the past day or the past month. And I would like to see how they are doing, if they have done the problem of the day or if they have done well in the contests. But I want to check how they were doing. So in here, we can see the stats of the group, like how many problems have been solved. Maybe like the term problems may not be understandable for the general public, but problems are the questions, the algorithm they have to solve. And they can see the rank of the groups of the daily, the weekly, the month, and the overall rank. They can see all the information they want in this page. And also, based on the performance of the team, based on the performance in the last week or something, the head of education can add topic that the students should follow. And if this is the topic, I will add problems, new problems they have to solve. The platform, the question is found on, the difficulty, and the link for the question, what type of question it is, and everything. All the information he can add in this page and add it into the system. Then the students can work on these questions easily. Previously, like my colleague Henok said, this was done on Google Sheets. They were added, students were not following it correctly or they may forget. So this way, I think it's more interactable than using other types of tracking systems. And finally, the last user type is the student type. So
Saatler sürüyorum. Tamam. Çay lütfen.
For this user, I will be using the mobile version. Since, like, imagine this scenario: I'm a student, I'm on a commute currently going to my home, or the area in my area the power is out and my battery has died. And like Henok showed you, the texts we receive sometimes may be alarming. It's as soon as possible responses. So this way, as soon as possible the type of responses. So this way, let me. I'm going to share my screen on my mobile. I'm going to share my screen on my mobile. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. Currently, this is my homepage, and I would like to, like Emre has told me to update the problem status of the question he has posted previously. So I would go to the page, and I can update the status. Not solved, for example, on this case. Okay, this way, like the status has been updated. It will improve the accessibility since the mobiles are more accessible than computers. This way, it's easier and it's also more accessible than using Google Sheets on mobiles. If you have used Google Sheets on mobile before, it's kind of confusing and sometimes difficult. This way, it will be easy to do. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Henok and Caleb. So now let's get the views and questions of our jury members. And Jelani, would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, I was just asking, is it possible yet for us to play with the website? Just because I know some of the other websites had like a create account link, but this one I couldn't create an account just to play with the website myself.
Okay, this is like, since it's an internal tooling system, it's based on like it's made to Emre is creating the accounts, since we know all the students that are going to be available in the teams. Heads of education or the head of academy is going to create those accounts, and then the students that are added are going to come into the system and log in and use the system. Other people outside the system are not able to use this. That's right.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
To that, we also have added accreditation so that you can still play around on the one pager document. So there are credentials already. You can sign in as head of academy, so every person I think you can play around with the website. Thank you.
Thank you, Henok. Now let's continue with Ricardo.
No questions from me this time.
Thank you, Ricardo. And Turul Bey.
No questions. Thank you. Let's move forward.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we finished the presentation. It's an exciting time because for the next 10 minutes, we are going to be waiting our jury members to have the discussion and choose the winners. So now I'm going to share the link for the jury members. So this link is only for the jury members. Other attendees, please do not join. It's the same link. And in the meantime, here we are going to continue with A2SV Academy Awards. But before, let's hear the Amharic summary of the project from Nadia.
እዚህ በባህላችን ያልተጠቀሙ የክፍል ህጎች አሉ። የዩኒቨርሲቲ ምክትል ቫይስ ፕሬዝዳንት ረዥም ዶክተር ማቴዎስ ተሰምሮ እንዲሁም በአዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ የፕሬዝዳንት ጽሕፈት ቤት ግራንት አድቫይዘር ፕሮፌሰር አረጋዊ እንዲሁም ትልቅ ስራ ለሀገራችን ያስተዋወቀ ፈቀደች ወይዘሮ ትዕግስት ማለት ትገኛለች። ያለችማችን ለሀገር ያቀረበልን እኛ ፕሮግራሞች ለዳኞች የተሰራውን ጊዜ የተወሰኑትን ሽልማቶች እና ፕሮፌሰሮች